Hey folks, Scotty Bryan here, and let me tell you, I've seen a lot of cars in my day. Today we're talking about a problem that's plagued car owners since the dawn of the dang combustion engine. Your car's RPM fluctuating at idle. You know what I'm talking about? You're sitting at a red light, minding your own business, and suddenly the engine's doing the cha-cha. Well, don't worry, because in this video, I'm going to give you the straight-up, no-nonsense reasons why this is happening. We're going to go through 7 shocking reasons, and let me tell you, mechanics hate reason number 3. So buckle up, grab a wrench, and let's get this thing figured out. First up, we got vacuum leaks. Now, your engine needs a delicate balance of air and fuel to run smoothly, like a well-oiled banjo. But when there's a leak in the vacuum system, it's like poking holes in your banjo, throws the whole thing out of whack. That leak lets in extra air the engine wasn't expecting, messing up the air-fuel mixture. And guess what? That throws your RPMs into a tizzy. You might notice rough idling, poor acceleration, even engine stalling. Now, finding a vacuum leak can be trickier than a greased pig at a county fair, but we'll get to that later. Next up, we got a dirty air filter. This one's a classic, folks, and it's about as common as a mosquito at a picnic. See, your engine needs to breathe just like you and me. It sucks in air to mix with the fuel, and the air filter's job is to keep out all the dirt and gunk that can clog things up. But when that air filter gets clogged, it's like trying to breathe through a straw. The engine has to work harder to get enough air, and that can make your RPMs bounce around like a jumping bean. Plus, a dirty air filter can even hurt your fuel economy. Nobody wants that. Now this next one, this is the one mechanics hate. The dreaded idle air control valve, or IAC valve for short. This little guy is responsible for controlling the amount of air that bypasses the throttle plate when the engine's idling. Think of it like the fine-tuning knob on your engine's idle speed. But when the IAC valve gets gunked up or just plain wears out, it can't do its job properly. That means your idle speed can fluctuate, stall, or even rev up unexpectedly. And let me tell you, diagnosing a bad IAC valve can be a real pain in the neck. It's often overlooked, and mechanics will throw parts at it all day long trying to fix it. Chapter 4. Next up, we got bad spark plugs. Now, these little guys are responsible for igniting the air-fuel mixture in your engine's cylinders. They're like the sparklers that set off the fireworks. But when your spark plugs are worn out, they can misfire. That means the fuel isn't burning properly, and that can cause all sorts of problems, including rough idling and fluctuating RPMs. Now, spark plugs are relatively cheap and easy to replace, so it's always a good idea to keep them fresh. Chapter 5. Fuel system issues, starving your engine. Now let's talk about fuel system problems. Just like your body needs food, your engine needs fuel to run. But if there's a problem with the fuel system, your engine might not be getting the fuel it needs, and that can lead to all sorts of issues, including fluctuating RPMs. One common culprit is a dirty fuel injector. Over time, gunk and varnish can build up on the injectors, clogging them up and preventing them from delivering the right amount of fuel. Another possibility is a failing fuel pump. If the fuel pump is weak or dying, it might not be able to supply enough fuel to the engine, especially at idle. Chapter 6. Throttle body problems. The air gatekeeper malfunctions. Now the throttle body is like the gatekeeper of your engine's air intake system. It controls the amount of air that flows into the engine. But just like any other part, the throttle body can get dirty or malfunction. When the throttle body gets gunked up, it can disrupt the smooth flow of air into the engine, causing rough idling and fluctuating RPMs. In some cases, the throttle position sensor, which tells the engine how far open the throttle plate is, can also fail, sending incorrect signals to the engine control unit and messing up the idle speed. Chapter 7. Electrical gremlins when the current goes haywire. And finally, we come to electrical problems. Now these can be some of the trickiest problems to diagnose because they can be intermittent and hard to pin down. One common electrical issue that can cause RPM fluctuations is a failing alternator. The alternator is responsible for charging the battery and powering the electrical system while the engine is running. If the alternator is weak or failing, it can cause the electrical system to become unstable, leading to all sorts of strange behavior, including fluctuating RPMs. Other electrical gremlins that can cause this issue include a failing battery, a bad ground connection, or even a faulty sensor. Keep your engine happy and your RPM steady. So there you have it, folks. 7 shocking reasons why your car's RPM might be fluctuating at idle. Remember, a smooth idle is a sign of a happy engine, and nobody wants a grumpy engine on their hands. If you're experiencing this problem, don't ignore it. Get it checked out by a trusted mechanic, preferably one who doesn't throw a fit when they see an IAC valve. And remember, regular maintenance is key to preventing these problems in the first place. So keep your engine happy, keep those RPM steady, and I'll see you in the next video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more car tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.